I decided to do a little bit of makeup today, like a tiny bit. I don't really do makeup because I don't really know what I'm doing. I've got like fiddly fingers, but I thought I would try something new because we're going out, which is the first time in a really long time. So yeah, it should be fun and I want it to look nice. Please come back. Can you come and film me? Please, babe, can you film me? To the library. Wow. Well, I passed out, so it's still a really great day though, so I really enjoyed myself. But yes, I'm just gonna focus on resting and taking it easy. So in a few days, I'll be able to get up and film the stickers that I got, but it'll probably just be a few seconds for you. So thanks for watching. I wanted to continue expanding my ever-growing crystal collection. I had quite the collection back in the UK, but obviously I've had to start again since being here. This particular piece is lapis lazuli. The other one, the brown one, is known as tiger's eye, both of which I'm using to help me meditate on building my strength, personal strength, confidence, working with my mental health, and just trying to empower myself in general. They're two of my absolute favourite crystals, so of course I had to get some of those. This is also another of my absolute favourite crystals, black obsidian, but this time I got a really big one, so I'm quite happy. I like working with food, so I made sure to pick up some stickers that are going to be food related so that when I'm out and about I can continue to record the journal aspect of my life in my Hobonichi planner, and as time goes by I'll be using these. So it's mostly coffee, matcha, little fruity snacks here and there. So on particular days I'll be recording with stickers. I also got a sticky block because I thought it was important, and I got a freebie Christmas card, which is really nice. This particular little kit, or this little set, is a tarot card sticker set, and I thought this was actually kind of fun. I'd seen these all over social media and I thought this would be really handy on days where I'm literally just drawing just the one card to meditate on for the day or for the week, for the month. And I thought this would actually be kind of nice to just have stickers at hand that I can stick in on those particular days, and I'm sure if I need more I can just get some more whenever I want. This particular set actually has 48 stickers in it. I haven't gone through the entire set, so I don't know exactly which aspects of the major or the minor arcana that are actually available in this particular deck, but I thought it was fun, so I don't know. I thought I'd try something different. These stickers were just fun, especially the one with the crystals, because I thought, hey, crystals. I'm a very spiritual person, so why not? Those stickers, and including these ones here, I actually picked up from Hanji Gifts. So the 2 stores I visited were Mr. Pen, which were the first set of stickers up to the Christmas card, and then these ones that you're seeing from here I got from Hunji Gifts. More food, obviously. And then this one is Cherry Blossom. So this is one of 5 of the pressed flowers stickers that I managed to get, which I had actually seen. So I was on a mission to get them. This one is Adiantum, which I think is incredibly beautiful. They're very light and very luscious. This is the Palmate Maple. Even though this particular maple is a tree that's found in Japan, of course I'm in Canada, so why not maples? This one is the Manchurian Violet, or the Manchurian Violet. And this last one, these cute little pink flowers here, are the Gypsophila. Now, I picked up the Manchurian Violet. I didn't actually have any intention of picking it up, but because I'm obsessed with Murakami right now, and a lot of his books happen to mention the Manchurian War, I thought, let me try and do a little bit of research. Well, that's what I've been doing the last few weeks, kind of on the down low. So when I saw the Manchurian Violet, I thought that was really a nice little pretty symbol to sort of remind myself of my deep dive into the world of Murakami and a bit more war history. But as you can see here in my hobo, as you can see at the very edge, there are certain colours for each month. So that's what I'm trying to follow, a particular sort of like theme for each one. The cherry blossom that you just saw was probably the only month that I actually planned out with actually some sense of real detail. Mostly because in Japan, it's late March to mid-April. That would be their cherry blossom season. And then here in Toronto, our cherry blossom season runs from April to May. So it makes total sense to just follow the pink theme for April. And when I actually flipped to April in the hobo, that happened to be a month that was tabbed as pink anyway. So yeah. I'm storing the stickers in the outside covers of my hobo, and yeah, I'm actually really pleased with how my Hobonichi is coming along. At some point, I will show you guys what's going on, but give me like a couple of months to get really into it. This is just a glimpse into some of the books that I've been reading and books that I've actually bought that I haven't started reading yet. I've just been doing a lot of reading of late. It's been really fun. If I'm not reading poetry, I'm writing poetry. If I'm not reading or writing poetry, then I'm reading novels, I'm reading nonfiction, and really enjoying what I've been able to sink my teeth into. I've been writing a bit more. I think the past month, especially, or at least the last couple of weeks of November, I've been getting more into my creative juices. I've been feeling more creative at this time. I don't know whether it's because it's a seasonal thing, or whether it's because of the weather, or because I just don't have a lot of energy to do much of anything else. So I have been forced to be a bit more creative, which has allowed me to not only get really frustrated with my own works at the moment, but it's allowed me to start peering into other things and really enjoying the media that happens to be crossing my desk pretty much every single day. I've been actively trying to read as much as I can, trying to read every day, even if it's just a little bit of something, just to read something and appreciate it for what it is every single day. So with that being said, my Murakami train is still going. I picked up a few more books by him. This one is just destroyed because I bought it and then put it in a bag and then put my water bottle in there, but I don't think my water bottle was completely tied. And I'm not one of those customers that when something like this happens, I'm gonna go into the store and be like, you need to give me a replacement book, even though it was entirely my fault. I'm not one of those people. I'm too chilled and too relaxed for that. It's just water damage. But I cannot wait to get my teeth into this one. So with my Murakami journey, I picked up another 4 books, one of which happened to be a book that my husband got me, but I didn't realize it was actually part of a series, which I'll go into in just a moment. So I've been trying to see if I could get other copies of the books within that particular series before I'm able to then get on to this particular book to read it. So first things first, this very first book is Hard-Boiled Wonderland and the End of the World. This is how much I love Murakami. I have absolutely no idea what this book is even about. I don't know if it's a novel, don't know if it's even a memoir, have no idea. But I love his work so much and I love delving in and discovering what the stories are supposed to be about. And I just think it's great. And I've seen the title of this book being discussed a lot in the Murakami subreddit, as well as online. And I just thought it's a book that I'm going to have to get at some point. So, bam, I have it now. So that is Hard Boiled, Wonderland, and The End of the World. So I don't know, I have no idea what this book is about, but I'm excited. The next book is First Person Singular. This one I know is a collection of short stories. The font in here is very similar to the font size from After Dark. So it's actually pretty big, which means I'd probably be able to get through, if not each story, like very slowly on purpose, then I'd probably be able to get through this whole book within a couple of hours. But I purposely got this one because it's short stories. I'm writing a bunch of short stories right now. And while I have a few short story collections that I've read in the past that I really liked, like the short story collection from Jeffrey Eugenides or those from David Foster Wallace, I have a very strange love-hate relationship with them. So I thought maybe I need a dose of Murakami and I will see how that feels. At the moment, at least for the last month and a bit, I just seem to be drifting away from short stories. I just can't seem to stand them at the moment. I find them really irritating. I think it's because I'm kind of stumped with my own at the minute. So I just thought I would prescribe myself a new short story collection, but this time with Murakami. So I will see how this one goes. I don't have a clue when I'm going to read this one. And no, I don't know what each of the stories are about. But again, it's Murakami. I like to just dive in blind. So these next two books, I'm actually missing book number 3, are part of what's known as a trilogy, although Dance, Dance, Dance is the most recent iteration or addition to this trilogy. So it's no longer a trilogy. But I got this one first from my husband, Dance, Dance, Dance. And I only found out that it was a trilogy because I wanted to look up reviews and stuff. And I kept seeing the phrase, the rat, in brackets at the end of the title of this. So I was like, oh, it's part of a series, darn it. So I couldn't start it, even though I'd read like the first couple of pages. I just wanted to read the other previous books first before I delved into that one. So I've managed so far to get my hands on Hear the Wind Sing, which is the very first book in the Rat trilogy, or now quadrilogy. I'm not sure what the word is. Hear the Wind Sing. And then this one actually is a copy that comes with the other short story or novella style length, because they're both kind of short, Pinball 1973. So when I'm done with the first one, I just flip it over. I like it. I like this. I like the gimmick of that. I'm really sad. I need to go out some more, but I just don't. So yeah, I'm really excited about that particular collection of novels there, or very short novels there. Once I've figured out who the characters are in this one, from what I understand, they have a bit more prominence within Dance, 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 and the very third book, which is A Wild Sheep Chase. Again, these are books that I've discovered a lot on the Murakami subreddit, and they just seemed really intriguing when I read about them a little bit, and I knew at some point I would want to read them once I was able to get my hands on them. But because I got a copy of Dance, Dance, Dance first, I then had to sort of like grab those books pretty early on. So I'm just waiting for A Wild Sheep Chase, and then I'll have that little collection, and then I can have fun at some point next year reading through all 4 books, one after the other. So yeah, so that is Hear the Wind Sing, Pinball 1973, and Dance, Dance, Dance. So that's the last of my Murakami madness at the moment. Interestingly enough, just to throw something in at the end there, this is a list of Murakami books I want to read, if I haven't already, or if I have already, that I've sort of like put together. So that's what that looks like. I can't even see, oh my gosh. So there's quite a few titles on there. I'm looking forward to getting through that list and completing it by the end of next year. So I don't know, we'll see what happens as time goes by. The next 2 books are really important, actually. This first one is called to Testify by Judith Kalman. I met the author a few weeks ago because she happened to be one of my customers at work, and she was so sweet and so adorable that her husband, who was also equally as sweet and adorable, he ran off and got me a copy of his wife's book, which is also signed, and gave it to me as a thank you for the customer service that I was giving them, and also because he's probably like her biggest fan and best marketing person out there. So I thought that was really sweet. So he handed me this and it was just the sweetest thing ever. It's a book about when she was younger. This is the author right here in the center, when she was literally called to testify in court against the Nazi war crimes against a officer who was responsible for more than 300,000 deaths of Jewish people and other individuals who were caught up in the concentration camps during World War II. She was suddenly thrust into this whole world where she had grown up here in Toronto, pretty much not necessarily completely outside of the community, the Jewish community, but still closely linked in some way. But she didn't know a great deal about her own personal history, her own family history, where they'd come from, what they'd actually been through, until she was called to testify. So she suddenly had to go through letters, diary excerpts. She was talking to relatives she'd never even met before, in order to be able to talk on behalf of some of the victims in her family, to put this guy down and get him punished for what he had done and how he had taken part in the eradication of an entire community of people. So this is a very important book. This is something that I was hoping to read around Christmas time, around Yule, around Hanukkah. So I don't know, I will see. I just have to make sure that I get the right tea to go with it. And I will take my time on this emotional journey in one person's retelling and understanding of their own family history through this particular book. So if you want to grab a copy, by all means, check it out on the Book City website and do call ahead. But otherwise, this is the book, and I can't wait to sink my teeth into this one either. Last but not least, up until like a couple of years ago, I was a very secret Lord of the Rings fan. Because there's a lot of authors and books that I love where, especially today, these particular books and authors are always associated with a particular group of people. And I don't mean necessarily bad people. I just mean, like, if I turned around and was like, oh, I'm really into David Foster Wallace. So many people are like, oh my God, he's for male white readers. And it's like, I guess I'm a male white reader then. I love literature. That's pretty much it. I just love literature. I love adaptations of literature. I love literature. I have a degree in it. It's just what I thoroughly enjoy. And when the very first Peter Jackson trilogy movies had come out, I revisited my love of Tolkien, and just got a completely new insight and appreciation, because I was a little bit older at the time, of his works. And since then, I've been a secret fan. I went from buying various pieces of merch to getting posters and like the original card game from like many years ago, to getting like various copies and editions of the same goddamn books, but more than once. I was collecting the chess pieces. Like, I have my initials in the Kenya style Elvish on my neck. Like, it's intense. But I've kept it a secret because as the years went by, there were other evil groups that were associated with Tolkien's works, which at least within the fandoms, that I didn't really like. And so I just sort of went underground with my love and appreciation of Tolkien. So the last couple of years, I've been able to revisit my love of Tolkien, and I managed to get my hands on The Fall of Númenor, which came out in mid-November this year. And if you've already watched Rings of Power, you kind of get the idea that a lot of the Second Age information that you get from the Legendarium was actually compiled from notes, letters, diary entries that Christopher Tolkien was able to put together with his father's work. And that also helped to put forward the series Rings of Power, which I'm a big fan of. I love the series. I love all of the actors. I think they did a fantastic job. And I'm going through the notes again. I've been through some of the notes before because they're available online. There was like a few things that were available online. So I was able to read like little snippets here and there. But ultimately, I think at the moment, this is one of the few books that has a lot more information about the Second Age. So yeah, I'm really excited to have this. So this is The Fall of Númenor by J.R.R. Tolkien. edited by Brian Sibley. There's an interview actually that I thought was really interesting, so I'll link it down below, with illustrations by Alan Lee. The illustrations in here actually are really beautiful, and they do remind me a lot of Tolkien's own illustrations that I'm sure some people have already seen online. That man was incredible. It was more than just the maps, it was the elves, it was the scenery, the way that he would draw cliff faces. Instead of using like a thick black outline and everything, it was like a nice really faint white outline, and it was all watercolor, and it was just his artwork is amazing. But let me just show you an example here. So this is one piece here. I don't know what it's called. It will probably be in the contents area at the front of the book, but this looks like a collection of boats at one of the, I don't know, outside Númenor. What the fuck? Here is one piece of artwork, or at least one of the illustrations that I found to be really beautiful. And as you can see in the top corner there, it looks like Númenor, but I haven't read this far yet, so I can't tell you for sure what it is. And I don't know what it's called because the name of this particular plate is in the front, but I haven't checked. So I apologize for that. But I cannot wait to get through this. It's going to be such a fun book. It's a little heavy and I like it. It makes it feel like it's very important, and it is to me so far. But yeah, I'm really pleased that I have this. So Fall of Númenor by J.R.R. Tolkien, edited by Brian Sibley, and obviously collected together by Christopher Tolkien as well. So those are my books. That's my little mini haul just there. Yeah, I wanted to share them with you. I just love books. What can I say? It's fun. I'm having conversations right now with a few people about these books, so I don't feel so bad and so guilty. So it's not too bad. I could just be my nerdy self and no one's gonna judge me, which is great. But yeah, I can't wait to get into these. And I'm just gonna take my sweet time as I read through each one. So yeah, thank you for making it this far, and I hope you go on to have a lovely week or month. I don't know when I'm gonna be back next, but thank you for watching my video and have a lovely day. Namaste.